Want to make sure that your new product that you're creating absolutely sells like gangbusters and you do not have a product flop? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about 7 different techniques you can use to make sure you have a monster hit on your hands, you make tons of people happy, and you make tons of money doing it too. Today's video, I want to talk about how I create products and how every single product launch I've ever done throughout my life has been a major success. I actually have a strategy that I use to engineer it to guarantee a win. I'm going to be teaching you all the techniques right now. Let's get started. All right, so what a lot of people do when they first come up with a new product idea, they're gonna make a new course, something brand new that they're making, is they just get an idea. They say, I think this is gonna be cool. They don't get any feedback from the marketplace and they just go, it's all internal, it's self-focused, and they put it out there and they, gosh, I hope it sells well, right? Sometimes you get lucky doing that, but oftentimes you're gonna end with a failure at the end, okay? One of the worst things you can do is just put a ton of time into making a brand new product, engineering it, designing the covers, making sure the shipments are cool, the sales funnels. It takes a ton of time and energy, capital, everything involved in making a new product. And then it bombs. It's just like you just wasted so many resources you had available. So how do you make sure that when you make a product, it's gonna sell well? Well, I've always used 7 different techniques to validate my ideas in advance. Everything I've ever put out has sold like crazy. So the first thing I do is I use a simple tool like Google Ads, all right? And I will type in the actual topic of the subject or the idea or the problem that I'm trying to solve. And I make sure that there's actually people searching for this. They are showing and demonstrating through their search behavior that yes, I'm interested in this topic or I have this exact problem. If you type in Google search and you see that there's only 5 searches a month, guess what? There isn't a ton of demand. Google's telling you they have empirical data. Not a lot of people are interested in this, right? Now, you can take your chances, but that's a red flag right there. Data is king in terms of validation. If you go in there and you see 10,000 searches per month, that means a lot of people are interested in this topic. They're spending time thinking about it. They're investing their energy, their money, their resources trying to find a solution to this thing. That's a really good sign if you see high keyword volume. Now, if you go in there and it's 0 keyword volume or like 20 searches per month, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that product, but that's a red flag, okay? Maybe you're Steve Jobs and you can just completely psychically predict in advance what the market wants, but there's a reason why there was only Steve Jobs, right? Google is giving you the data. They're saying, hey, there's a hungry market here. Use that data, all right? So first tip, Google Ads, brilliant strategy to validate with data whether or not your product's gonna work. The next tool that I love to use is something called Google Trends, okay? Now, what Google Trends does is it lets you know the amount of search over time that people are doing for a particular search term, okay? Now, you wanna see that the number of people searching ideally is going up over time, meaning there's more and more demand and interest for this particular topic or pain point or problem, right? Now, if you're gonna be building a product, putting all this time, money, energy, resources, even a whole business off of something, you wanna ideally see it going up or at minimum flat, right? If you see it going down, think about this. This is a sinking ship. Why would you put all this time and energy and money into something that people really just are showing that they don't want too much anymore? So again, flat line with Google Trends or ideally upward trend. Go with where the momentum is in the marketplace. Another tool you can use to validate whether or not your idea is actually going to be popular with the marketplace is a tool like Buzzsumo. And Buzzsumo is very cool because it actually gives you data on the number of times a piece of content or blog post or video or a website has been shared, right? And if you see that your product has been shared, a similar product has been shared throughout social media thousands and thousands of times. That's real people acting in the social space, in the social media space saying, hey, we love this thing. We're interested and passionate about this particular product, topic, or service. more validation to know in advance whether or not your product is going to be a success. Now, the next technique I like to talk about is actual real customer feedback. Now, what I tend to do in my businesses that I build or acquire is I build a massive email list. We get a ton of leads coming in through our different funnels. We engage with them, we build relationship with them, and they tell us what their problems are, what they're interested in, what they want us to build next. They're asking us stuff, right? So what this is you're using qualitative feedback. And what we do is we actually train our customer service people. Hey, I want you to tag these particular areas right here that people are talking about. So later on, when we're figuring out what we want to build out, we say, wow, 20 people have this particular pain point right here. If there's 20 people who have it, highly likely there's 20,000 people who have it, right? And we start building a actual spreadsheet out of, wow, like 50 people have a problem with this. We should build something to help our customers solve this particular problem, right? So if my customers are not telling me in advance that they have this problem, I don't really like to build it, right? So again, build that conversation with your audience, your customers, your leads. Get that qualitative feedback in advance as well. Now, you may be saying, well, Steve, I don't have a big email list. I don't have a way to talk with my customer in advance. Find a way. Do some email nurturing, do a free consultation with somebody on the phone. Get that data. You want to talk with real people and understand through qualitative feedback what their real problems are. Another killer technique that I like to use to validate my products in advance is surveys, okay? And what we'll do is we'll actually send out surveys to our customers and our prospects just to validate, make sure this is really a pain point and something that they want to have solved. So I'll ask a question similar like, what's your number one frustration when it comes to XYZ? And of course, XYZ is the new product or the new service you're going to be building, right? If you could have an ideal scenario where XYZ wasn't a problem, what would that look like, right? Variations on the same question, slightly different angles. One of them was a pain thing, the other one was aspirational, right? But again, you want to be just asking these questions, these open-ended questions to just make sure it really is something they're interested in and they're validating. If you're getting your surveys back and you're getting kind of crickets and they're not really getting clear data, yes, this is a pain point, that's a telltale sign that maybe they don't want this problem solved right now, right? But if you're getting tons of people writing paragraphs and paragraphs talking about how horrible a problem it is, right? That's a clear sign that something's going on there. Even more importantly, if you're getting people saying the same type of thing, the same pain point, that's even more validation, right? So again, surveys, wonderful tool to use to validate in advance. So let's talk about the next technique you can do to validate in advance that your product is gonna sell well. Well, we're gonna use the largest marketplace in the world, Amazon. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in Amazon, you're gonna find a similar product, something that's hopefully less good than what you're gonna make. Ideally, way less good than what you're gonna make, because otherwise, why are you building it? But you wanna find something that's already selling well on Amazon that's kind of similar or has some sort of similarity to what you're building. And you're gonna find one that has a lot of reviews, okay? Now, what you're gonna look at is you're gonna look at the 3-star reviews and the 2-star reviews. And those are great data. And what you're gonna see in there is you're gonna see a lot of people say, I really like this about the product, but I wish it had this. Or the product worked great in these particular ways, but it didn't work great in these ways. And what you wanna do is you wanna pay attention to the few ways that people are saying are a problem with the product. Start making a list of what those problems are. And then when you're building out your product, your new product, you're gonna solve the largest pain points that you see consistently in those reviews. If you consistently solve, let's say 5 or 10 of the common pain points you're seeing in the marketplace, plus the validation of already seeing that people are buying something similar, and you're gonna make just a significantly better version, the market's gonna go crazy for this type of stuff. All right, so Amazon is a killer tool. 3 and 2-star reviews are your friend. Another killer tool that I love to use is a tool called Adby. Now, what Adby does is it actually gives a lot of competitor analysis to their landing pages, the ads they're running, and the offers they're running as well. And the way that you can validate whether or not a product is gonna work in advance is you can see, hey, guess what? Look at this particular ad campaign here. They've been running this campaign for 14 months. that means that the ad is profitable. There's proven demand for this product or service or this pain point in the marketplace. Now, obviously don't copy that product exactly as it is because it already exists in the marketplace, right? Find the weaknesses in the product, build your own thing in there, solve the problem, similar like we did with Amazon, right? And make a better version of what already exists. But again, Adby shows you how consumers are acting. If people are running campaigns, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars on an ad campaign, and they keep running it, that's validation in advance that there's a pain point in the marketplace and customers are responding to this particular offer. You can use that information to leverage and make sure you have an insanely successful product launch. And so there we have it, multiple ways of validating in advance that your product is going to be successful. Go for the home run stuff. Serve an extremely hungry market, okay? Go for the win there. Serve your customers exactly what they want, make them happy, and then you're gonna make your bank account happy too. My name is Steve Nixon. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please press like, subscribe to the channel. I would love to continue to help you grow your business and your marketing chops. If you know anybody who needs help with their product validation, please share this video with them. I would be honored to help them and help them succeed throughout their business as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video and at strategysamurai.com. Thanks.